Depression is a long-lasting mood disorder. It is considered the most common mental health condition in the world, with almost 1 in 5 Americans alone experiencing a depressive episode in their lifetime. It's such a common condition that the word depression is often used loosely to describe when we feel down. For instance, when we experience a bad period at work, or when we're going through a breakup. But being unhappy isn't the same as being depressed. Depression changes how you think, feel, and function in daily activities. It can interfere with your ability to work, study, eat, sleep, and enjoy life. Depression affects different people in different ways, and although its typical symptoms such as sadness can be easy to recognize, there are some that may be less obvious. Identifying these symptoms can be the first step toward healing and recovery. Now, keep in mind that this video is not meant to be used for self-diagnosis, but if you are constantly experiencing some of these signs for more than 2 weeks, you might want to consider talking to your general practitioner or seeking professional help. Number 1. Hopeless outlook and feelings of worthlessness or guilt. Some people describe depression as living in a black hole, whereas others feel lifeless, empty, and apathetic. Having a hopeless outlook on your life is definitely one of the most common symptoms of depression. Depression can in fact put a negative spin on everything, including the way you see yourself. You may experience feelings of self-hate, guilt, and difficulties in letting a past mistake go. Perhaps you compare yourself with people around you and feel inferior and worthless. You might blow past setbacks out of proportion, labeling them as proof of your inadequacy. When you feel hopeless, you basically feel trapped. You think about all the reasons why nothing will ever get better. You might be looking into the future and find it extremely dark and bleak, just as the present, and feel that you are unable to come out of it, as if there was nothing you can do to improve your situation. Number 2. Loss of interest. A loss of interest in activities that you once looked forward to, such as nights out with friends, sports, hobbies, or work, is another sign of depression. You seem to have lost your ability to feel joy. Depression can in fact take the pleasure or enjoyment out of the things you love, and you might find yourself thinking, what's the point? Feeling a loss of interest can make it harder to do the things you need to do each day. It can leave you feeling lethargic, disinterested, and unmotivated to do much of anything at all. This can create a cycle from which it's hard to break free. Because of decreased interest, you might in fact stop spending time engaging in things that normally help you feel happier and connected with others. But in turn, this increased isolation will make you feel more stuck and depressed. Number 3. Sleep problems and increased fatigue. There is a strong link between mood and sleep. Therefore, it is no surprise that depression is also linked with sleep problems, as one might lead to the other and vice versa. As many as 90% of people with depression can experience problems with their sleep. More often, these take the form of insomnia, where you might have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. Less frequently, people with depression find themselves sleeping excessively under a condition known as hypersomnia, which is particularly common among younger people experiencing depression. Depression often also comes with a lack of energy and an overwhelming feeling of fatigue. Your whole body may feel heavy, and even small tasks are exhausting or take longer to complete. This is one of the most debilitating symptoms of the condition and can interfere with your ability to function normally and enjoy things, again reinforcing a vicious cycle. Number 4. Self-destructive behavior. Self-destructive behaviors are those that are bound to harm you physically or mentally. Depression can, in fact, dig up unbearable feelings of loss, anger, shame, or anxiety you may want to try to escape. In attempts to numb the intense emotional pain, you might turn to alcohol, drugs, unsafe sex, or other reckless or harmful behaviors. But escaping painful feelings is not the only reason why you might be engaging with self-destructive behaviors. These activities can in fact be subconsciously used as a cry for help, to communicate your misery to people around you. Other times, it's an expression of your feeling of worthlessness. The frequency and severity of these behaviors vary from person to person. However, remember that they all inevitably backfire, resulting in greater feelings of isolation and loneliness. Plus, an addiction can start, and this will likely affect other areas of your life. Number 5. Anger or irritability. Many people do not associate depression with anger and irritability, but these mood changes are not unusual among those with the condition. When you are depressed, you are more likely to feel irritable and unable to handle small disappointments without reacting in a negative way. You may feel angry at the world, angry about events from your past, or even angry at yourself. Your depression may amplify your negative emotions in this moment, making it hard to control them, which can lead to snapping at other people over trivial events, ultimately affecting your personal and professional relationships. This is particularly common for teenagers and men, which are more likely than women to feel agitated, restless, or even violent. If your tolerance level is low, and everything and everyone seems to get on your nerves, that might be a sign of hidden depression. So now you know 5 of the most common signs of depression. Keep in mind that symptoms of depression are typically present for more than 2 weeks, although they do vary in form and severity, and not everyone will experience all the signs mentioned. Also, let us remind you that this video is not meant to be used for self-diagnosis, but if you believe you are suffering from severe depression, you might want to consider talking to your doctor or seeking professional help. And now, a word of encouragement. When you're depressed, it can feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. But no matter how hopeless you feel, you can get better. There are many things you can do to lift and stabilize your mood. Feeling better takes time, but you can get there by consistently making positive choices. The key is to start with a few small goals and slowly build from there, trying to do a little more each day. To start, find ways to engage again with the world. Spend some time in nature. Pick up a hobby you used to enjoy, or try a new one. Exercise. Volunteer or take up healthy habits like meditation or preparing healthy meals for yourself. Reach out to other people and make an effort to socialize with others. And yes, we hear you. When you're depressed, just getting out of bed can seem daunting, let alone socializing. Surely you won't feel like it at first, but as you take an active role in your life, you will start to feel better. For now, thanks for watching High Living, and please consider sharing this video if you believe it could help someone in need.